Victor visits a palm reader seeking help in the search for his long-lost childhood love, Valeria. However, she tells him she cannot help, as his destiny has been altered and he is burdened with remorse. He expresses his dissatisfaction with life solely focused on technology, believing Valeria is the key to change it all. He recalls the times he came to States because of his conflicts against the Fantastic Four. However, this time, his search for Valeria has brought him here. Victor went to another fortune teller. She uses tea leaves. Victor recalls his childhood when he and Valeria would spend time together. Also remembers the wooden music box he made for her. But after his mother's death and the discovery of her magical artifacts, his fascination with the dark arts grew. As he practiced these forbidden crafts, he also learned all he could about science. Victor's relentless pursuit drove him to distance himself further from Valeria over time. He then recalls how his activities attracted the attention of the US military, who offered him a chance to expand his knowledge. But when the fortune teller presses Victor to tell more, he stops, calling her a charlatan. Victor returns to his room where he tosses all the electronic devices outside and spends his evening giving himself a tarot card reading. The next day, Victor visits another fortune teller using a crystal ball, where he continues his story. He recalls leaving Valeria to study in the US, meeting Reed Richards, and how he ignored Reed's warnings about his calculations. They were off on the device he made that would allow him to contact the spirit of his mother, resulting in the accident which cost him dearly. The fortune teller interrupts him with a smirk, revealing Valeria is in the house Victor can see in the crystal ball, waiting for him. Valeria, now obsessed with fortunes, tells Victor he was never supposed to find her. Despite this, he explains that he only wishes to bring something very fond to him and give it to her. It is a locket with photos of them as children. This touches her, but when he asks her to come back, she explains that the child she fell in love with is no more. Victor then takes off his mask and allows her to see his face, explaining to her that if she returns his love, it will make him a changed man. When he opens the music box that he made for her so many years ago, Valeria begins to reconsider. As Victor puts the locket around her neck, she agrees to go with him, in order to give him a chance. When she takes his hand, the locket suddenly snaps shut and begins to glow green with mystical energy. Valeria tries to rip it off, but the magic begins to burn mystical sigils on her flesh. As the symbols creep up her skin, and Valeria screams in pain, Victor explains how as a child, he made a choice and picked science over sorcery, and now he is making the choice again. He is going to embrace his mystical heritage and made a pact with demons for unimaginable power. All he had to do is sacrifice his childhood love. Victor bids farewell to Valeria, as her flesh is suddenly stripped from her bones and turns into a mystical costume fashioned after Doom's traditional armor.